cool, huh?
What up, what up? It is your boy Cam of the Way Past Cool Nerdcast here with episode 8. And as y'all can see from the title, we are taking it back to the 90s today. Also, I see we got another fresh face in the building. So we're going to come to him in just a second. I want to go around, touch base with everybody, see how they been. Lex, what's good with you?
What's going on, brother? Good to be here another Friday with the crew. We got 4 boxes in this bitch. We're like the Brady Bunch. Let's go.
We are not the Brady Bunch. We ain't gonna set that. We're not gonna set that. Hell no. Okay, nothing about this Brady Bunch-esque.
Can't be my Marsha. God damn.
Hell no. Ain't no. There's no story. No. Hell no.
Gotta be Marsha though.
That's the one person I know.
Greg,
It would be Greg.
I'm sorry, Kim. I ain't doing it. Yo, Greg.
I see what we on. Again. Co-host applications are going to be out. I'm accepting them. We ain't playing no games.
This is how I always get fired.
I see why now. I understand.
Usually get fired. Damn.
As y'all see, we got Rome the chef back in the building. What's going on with you?
What's going on, bro?
Oh, not much, chilling. And then it is my honor to welcome my man C Mello, the people's champ, raggedy ass Cowboys fan.
This cat. We already let y'all.
Oh, you already know. We're gonna keep that going.
I can't even say nothing because they beat us, bro. I can't even say nothing. I gotta wait till we. I gotta wait till we play them at home and pray we win, so I can get my get back.
Wait, who's getting my get back? Who's Cam squad?
Eagles.
Philly. Okay.
We talked about this already.
Yeah, we did talk about this.
But now, what's going on, Mello? Definitely appreciate you being here with us.
Always. I said I had to make it. I had to make a pit stop. You've been coming on my show, help me out with that. So I'm like, shit, you come on, just show my face on the Way Past Cool Nerdcast. I got it. And I didn't mess up. I got it. I've been practicing.
That's good. Yo, what's up, CL?
CL Brown.
As I said at the beginning of the episode, we are taking it back to the 90s once again. Last time we had this discussion, afterwards, Mello was like, I got to be a part of the next one. 90s is my era. That's my time period. So I got to be on. And I was like, we're going to make that happen. So as promised, we are here. So with that, I do want to throw it to you now, Mello. What made the 90s so special to you? Why were you so adamant on coming on the show, talking, saying your piece?
All right, really, I would say, times were simpler.
Okay.
Times were simpler in the 90s, and you know what? It was just more originality. You think about it with TV shows, from all aspects, it was just so original. And when you was a kid coming up, that's where your memories came from. Like, I'm an 80s baby, but I would say probably I didn't really have fond memories about 88, 89. But when you start coming into your own, from school to playing outside to just growing up, family and all that stuff, it was just simpler times.
Right. Okay. I can feel that. That's kind of how I feel about the 2000s and all that coming up.
See, I rock with the 2000s too, because that's when being that adult aspect. You know what I mean? When you coming out, wow. Yeah, when you coming out of,
I like how he threw that in there on top of the one time, but
right. That's all I can say. Wow,
that's funny.
But still, the 2000s was cracking too. That's what I can say. I actually grew up, started stepping in the clubs and all that stuff. So.
You know what it was about the 90s too, bro? A lot of shit that was so epic and big at that era. Like the 90s had too many icons. Like the 2000s had some shit, but like when you think about childhoods, you think about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in the 90s. You thinking about fucking, if you was broke, you ain't had cable, you have one Saturday morning on fucking ABC. And
Oh
you had
man,
MTV oddities. You had all this shit.
right.
People don't even remember MTV oddities, bro. I used to watch
I
the
remember
Max, bro. The
the head.
Max,
It was the dude head, the dude with the
the
big
head,
head, the alien
yeah,
that popped
the
out
head
his
saves the
head.
world.
Yeah.
The head saves the world,
Uh huh.
bro. Eon Flux. A lot of people don't remember this
Yeah.
shit,
ER Flux. Yep. Hey, real Lex. Remember Liquid TV? They used to come on.
bro. People don't understand, bro. Like the '90s had, like even the artwork was a vibe, man. Like it
Right.
was just different.
Yeah.
And I understand people who love the 2000s. I'm a Courage the Cowardly Dog fan too, but bro, it's just something about the lineups we had. But the shows were so good they was canceling other shows.
Right.
Freakazoid had 2 seasons, and kids will never forgive the '90s for that, bro.
Right.
Sure.
I think that's
Freakazoid was
Oh,
a
that was.
classic,
I think that's
bro.
more you that won't forgive it though. You the main person out here talking about Freakazoid like crazy. I
Bro,
ain't mad at your
Freakazoid.
passion
Oh,
for
that
Freakazoid,
Freakazoid was funny.
Bro,
but
Freakazoid
he's the
was
only
Freakazoid
out of
was
person.
here.
I'm about to
That
say
was
funny.
one of the
he's the only
silliest shows
person.
ever made, bro, for
He's the only
Remember the
person I've
episode
ever
when he
heard
had
defended.
the invisible dude, the invisible?
real. Bro, I remember they had the fake Candyman at the camp too. This cat was so booty, bro. Them kids was getting away on accident, dog. He couldn't catch shit.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Oh man.
Nah, I'm not. Like I said, I ain't knocking the '90s. And I definitely agree with you. The lineup was crazy.
Lions,
Mhm.
bro.
And like I said,
Nickelodeon was on fire.
Right.
I think that's what really elevated the '90s was Nickelodeon.
Hmm.
Nickelodeon. I mean, I got my Nick jacket on right now. I know you got your
Bro,
shirt on. So Nickelodeon in the '90s
homie
was
Rocco.
something
Hmm.
special. Um, to where I can't, like I said, I can't hate on it, can't knock it. It just I grew up in the 2000s. That's where all my memories came from. So I'm
Right.
always gonna have a certain affinity for the 2000s and all that. But keeping with the '90s, since that's what the show is about, um, what were some of your favorite cartoons in the '90s, Mello? I know we started talking about some of the movies last night on Yo Pond and all
Yeah.
that. But what were some of your favorite cartoons to watch and things like that?
Ooh, shit. Too many. Let's see.
You
Let's
think
see.
hard. Think hard. Take
Yeah,
some
I'm
time.
thinking because, like, all right, let's see. Favorite to watch was Beavis and Butthead, of course.
Oh, we doing a hold on. I didn't know we was doing adult last episode, bro. I didn't know adult shows was loud
Is it? I
Yeah,
mean,
for the
it's
it's
cartoons.
part of the '90s.
it's
It's part of the
Beavis and
'90s.
Butthead. That's
it
my
was
number one
animated,
for
so
real.
we'll give it. That's your number
All right.
one.
That's
Okay,
Beavis Butthead is my favorite show of all time, bro.
really?
I'm not immature, yeah,
Okay,
No,
okay.
that shit was funny.
bro.
Beavis and Butthead was hilarious.
If you watch Beavis and Butthead, bro, and just turn your brain off, that shit is the funniest show ever made, dog. Like them dudes are so dumb, it's that funny.
I ain't gonna
And
lie
you
to
know
you.
what?
Beavis and
Oh, go
Butthead
ahead.
was good.
It was good,
And
bro.
I'm gonna tell you what. BJ actually introduced me to Beavis and Butthead. Watching it in his crib.
The first time watching it, you couldn't stop laughing, right?
Not at all.
Just them cats laughing makes you laugh.
In fact,
And you
for
know,
one of your birthdays, we wouldn't seen Beavis and Butthead do America, right?
right, right,
Bro.
right. And what made
I
it fun? What made Beavis and Butthead a classic is that we were kids, but not really paying attention. That was adult humor.
Big
If
time.
you think about it, that was adult humor.
Yeah.
Listen, they talked about a lot of stuff like I didn't know what it was they were talking about, but it was funny. And the funny thing is that you sit there, you laughing at it, you watching. I just imagine my mom come in and hear that stuff, and her eyes get big, and I'm cracking up. Like, what do they mean, masturbation?
And we're back into this conversation.
Bro.
mm,
I'm not gonna give a Batman origin
no,
story.
we're
I'm gonna
not. We're
tell my
not.
Batman origin story one time on this pod. This ain't the episode though.
Okay, cool. I was about to say we do not
All
need that
right,
tonight. But
all right.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I thought Beavis and Butthead was trash.
What?
Wow.
That's
I
cr-
don't. The only thing I
What?
remember from Beavis and Butthead is I am Cornholio. That's
nah.
it.
That's
I
what
We
used
gotta
to
set it
rewatch it
off.
as a
love that
whole,
show.
bro.
That's all I remember. And even now, that it's stale to me. It's not. Beavis and Butthead was never my thing. Like,
Yo, Cam too mature, bro. That's what it is. He mature as fuck.
I can't say that because I love South Park. I love all that shit.
Yeah.
The Butthead.
Now, what was that? Real quick, would you count South Park as 90s? Because it did come out. I think
it had a peak. Its movie came out in the 90s, bro. That's what it was at its biggest when they made a movie for that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit was like 98, 99, I think.
Yeah, it's hard for South Park. South Park is still going. It came out in the 90s, so I guess that'd be one of the ones that you kind of consider 90s and all that.
It got it started in the 90s. Same thing like
95,
Family Guy.
Its prime to me was in the 2000s, but it still was like at peak. It was still peak level comedy in its beginning, like from
Because
what is it?
South Park is still going on till this day, so that's why I would give it
its flowers. Yeah,
in that one, in that regard. Simpsons is trash to me too, but it was also 90s.
Wow.
I would give Simpsons 90s too.
Well, you know what? I would say,
what,
90s.
Right?
No, it came out, I think, like late 80s, like 89, close to 90.
Yeah.
So it made that transition.
I would give it 90s. If it came out 89, that's what 1 year in the 80s. I would give it 90s. But yeah, I don't know. Simpsons, Beavis and Butthead, I couldn't rock with them. They just were never.
Wow. That's crazy.
Like when it comes to Simpsons,
if
it ain't about Duff Man, I do not care. Duff Man was the homie.
Oh, Duff Man was a man.
Duff Man was the man. But other than Duff Man, I did not care.
You didn't like the original Treehouse of Horrors?
Bro, I probably only seen 2 of them. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bro, like the first 8 are cool. That first 8 is good.
Simpsons, so I didn't watch them because I don't like The Simpsons.
You ever seen A Critic?
Oh yeah, I remember The Critic.
Critic was the shit.
You remember what was that one? Duckman.
Was one?
Duckman.
Duckman was crazy. Was it the Quail a Duck or some shit like that? Yeah, the dude with the glasses, like the duck with the glasses. Yeah. So there was a lot of shit, bro. I'm sorry, bro. There's too much to unpack, bro. Then you got.
I know. You
had the Nick at Night shit. Not the Nick at Night. The Snick. With all that fucking. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like, dog. It was just lineups, bro. That's what it was. It was just, it was giving us too much fire at one time.
That's what I said. It was originality back then. Like a lot of original. And you could tell that it grew into the 2000s too, because that's where you get Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's where you get Invader Zim. That's where you get what's that? Fairly Odd Parents. You get cartoons like that grew from the 90s, and you know they offsprings are like Ren and Stimpy, offsprings of Rugrats. Oh man, you know what I mean? They offsprings.
Okay, Cam, Ren and Stimpy.
I fucks with Ren and Stimpy. But Ren and Stimpy.
That was the dog humor too.
Ren and Stimpy also had songs.
They also had Powder Toast Man.
Powder Toast Man is one of the greatest characters in cartoon history.
That's facts.
But they flew backwards though.
Listen, that's what
out the window backwards was crazy.
Man was amazing.
He was a piece of toast with a butt chin.
Couldn't tell me nothing. Happy Joy is my shit, and it wasn't even for the song. It was for the ad libs. Like, it was for the dude narrating throughout the song and the shit he was saying in the song.
Hey, listen. The funniest part on that song when he's get towards the end, but he's like, "But you wouldn't believe me."
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That song was classic.
Bro, that ad-libs was nuts.
They was giving the log the business.
Going to town.
Ren and Stimpy was hilarious to me. It was real.
It was. I ain't gonna lie.
What's up?
What about like the teenage shows like Hey Dude, Salute Your Shorts,
right, bro?
The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Adventures of Pete and Pete was the greatest stoner show for kids.
Yeah.
Good Burger was the greatest stoner. Good Burger, bro.
Good Burger.
Oh, the 90s, man. We want you back so badly that we keep remaking stupid shit. I'm sorry, y'all.
Good Burger is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Mine, bro.
I'm very nervous for what they're about to put out.
Me too, man. I'm not gonna lie. It looked kind of corny.
I can see the full trailer because they're
It's too
doing that
late.
same stuff that a lot of people do.
Mhm.
It's the first movie just with different set pieces. That's it.
Yeah.
But they're recreating the original movie. Like
That shit look like Mono Burger all over again. I ain't gonna cap. I seen
That's
it.
basically what it is. It's a mega corporation. They got to take it down. They about to lose their jobs, just like Mondo Burger shut them down in the first movie. Listen, I don't give a fuck if y'all ain't seen the first movie yet. I'm gonna spoil the hell out of it.
It's been like 30 years. Like, I think that ship sailed 30 years ago, bro.
Right. Like, if we probably gonna get a Roxanne scene. We probably gonna get another old man that work at Good Burger that gets sent to an insane asylum. Like all that. It's probably gonna come all back. So,
Speaking of which, that George Clinton scene. I hate music during like musical set pieces during my movies or cartoons. But that George Clinton, I let that shit play every time.
Every time, listen.
That shit was cold.
How can
It was
you
great.
not?
It was
Bro,
great.
that shit was cold. Like, yo, when I used to watch the Medea plays, every time they had that gospel shit come on, fast forward, get to the jokes. Dude, I was not listening to that bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't like that.
So you don't fuck with music at all.
Bro,
Movies, then. Like,
bro.
if it's a musical type number, you ain't rocking with it.
Nah, like Disney movies when I was a kid, yeah. But as an adult, I just be like, bro, I don't give a shit about this. Like the Maui movie was the one that made me move the most in the later years.
Nah, bro, Maui's was not all that great to me. Like it was just the rock.
Bro, not the rocks part. It was that damn crab, bro. When that crab was singing that song, Shiny, bro.
Shiny was good. I get that.
Bro, that's
yo. The music be the best part of Disney movies. Like,
no, I agree. No, I agree with that. That's why I told you I fucked with when I was a kid. Yeah, that's why I said I fucked with it when I was a kid. I was a kid in the 90s. But
that was it.
I overwatched them, I think. Like,
nah, that's not possible. It's not possible.
Bro, it's very possible.
Disney movie.
I knew the Aristocats music by heart at one point, and that's nuts.
I know that. I know it.
Wow.
Everybody wants to be a cat. Yeah, y'all remember that shit, y'all?
He did pick out a bad
VHSs, bro. I remember that.
That wasn't one of Disney's best. So.
Hey, listen, that was one of the most racist movies I've ever seen.
Racist.
What 90s Disney movie wasn't racist?
You know, he got a point.
Disney thrived on racism, sexism, like all that. Like, hey, it's just Disney was horrible.
I think they was trying to be funny with that fucking Tarzan too.
Funny hat.
Yeah. Yo, them gorillas, they act a certain type of way to you, bro. So, was it Whoopi Goldberg when the motherfucking apes did?
No, Rosie O'Donnell was the ape.
Was it? Was it Whoopi in there?
I don't
think Whoopi was in that.
Oh, good. I feel better.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And you ever notice that?
That was the lead gorilla or the gorilla.
But you ever notice that when they drew the characters, they kind of favored the actor that they were portraying?
That was true, bro. Rosie. Now that he's mentioned it, Rosie shit look crazy. Because she was the one with like the spiky hair type thing.
Yeah.
Like they made the gorilla look like a lesbian.
They were trying to tell us something back then.
Yo, that was when Rosie was in the 90s flicking them damn. She was them damn cooch balls into the thing. We ain't know what that shit, man. We was like, yo, Rosie, some lesbian shit to be doing. You got something to tell Rosie? Yo, it took us 20 years to find out Rosie was a lesbian in the 90s, bro. Like, bro, y'all couldn't tell.
Right, absolutely ain't nothing wrong with it, but like I knew essentially right away. Like you can tell.
Oh, bro.
By the way she carried herself.
Bro, that shit was. But like, we all pretend like we didn't know until 1999 for some reason, bro. Everybody was like clapping. Dude was like, "Oh man, she's so brave!" Like, we knew. I'm like, yo, I'm 10. I knew.
That's funny.
The 90s was that crazy, bro. That's why they used to get away with so much shit in the 90s, bro. That's why I loved it.
Right. Yeah, 90s. I mean, you could definitely get away with a lot more. censorship wasn't as bad or as big as it is now in the 90s. That's
Definitely
for sure. But so Rome, give me some of your favorite cartoons. I know we ain't really touched on it the last episode you was on here, and that's something that you
All
want
right.
to talk about. So
let's go with one of the greatest cartoons all time, X-Men. X-Men was greatness. Like from the last season was probably like the worst of it, but everything else was great. Life with Louie. I'm a stand on that. I love the cartoon Life with Louie.
that was a good show, but to say it was one of the best.
Street Sharks. No, I'm not saying Life with Louie is one of the best. I'm saying it's one of my favorites.
Okay.
X-Men is what I'm saying was the best. Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars.
I just want to say those are two shows that are exactly the same show.
The same show.
They are.
Everything was a Ninja Turtle knockoff in that time period. He's just naming knockoffs.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But they were so good.
BJ was legit.
Mello was like, "Oh, 90s was so original. You just named 2 80s songs."
I was like, "You make it bad, bro."
Those were the exceptions. That was Turner. That was Turner. That was Turner. That was the Turner Network who came out with that.
We also got to go with SWAT Cats.
SWAT Cats was crazy.
SWAT Cats was fire.
That was one of the darkest shows I've ever seen for a kid.
Yeah.
And Gargoyles. Oh man, Gargoyles was
good. It was good.
You know what else was good, real quick? I think we talked about it already. Was my personal favorite. I mean, other than these, but with Batman the animated series.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, that was still.
I was told that was a cheat code.
That's 100% cheat code. You can't mention that show. That show's goated. Like that show might be one of the greatest cartoons
of all time.
So like, that's a cheat code. That's not fair.
And Pirates of the Dark
Shut
Water.
the hell up.
Oh,
All right,
moving
on. But wait, before we come
amazing.
This nigga got the 420p DVD ROM, just passing that shit around, getting people to watch that shit, bro. Like, dog, I don't want this no more.
I will watch Captain Planet in its entirety, front to back.
Damn.
No, I'm talking about Pirates of Dark Water.
I'm saying I will watch Captain Planet before I watch Pirates of Dark Water. Pirates of Dark Water. That show was just god awful. Captain
Planet had the best theme song like ever at that time frame. One of them. Captain Planet.
That was the outro.
Yo, whatever. That shit was fire.
But okay, so let me ask y'all this question. It's something I've often thought.
Yes, sir.
Is X-Men an animated series as good as everybody thinks it is? Or was the intro just that fire that it grabbed you and made you want to watch?
Both,
yeah.
Both, nigga. That shit was fire.
You got to think, if you didn't know a lot about X-Men, you got introduced to a lot of characters.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Bro, Mr. Sinister used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. I ain't gonna lie.
That was my favorite, actually, one of my favorite villains. Mr. Sinister and Magneto. Who else was the favorite one that I liked the most? I don't want to say Apocalypse. That's just so easy.
I know it ain't. Apocalypse that dude. Apocalypse. If we talking about the animated series, Apocalypse was that dude. Like you can't exclude him from that conversation.
I like to go off, just my personal favorite. So
I told you, bro, 420p DVD. Look at it.
Absolutely.
Look, he got a special edition case and shit. This nigga watches this shit every Sunday.
I'm about to kick him off this street. Why do you got two of the worst cartoons ever made?
I like the Double Dragon. I can't even say I like
the Double Dragons was a bad. I'm happy you got Squad Cats though.
He got SWAT Cats. I give him SWAT Cats, but
that's how you know he's sipping fire wine when he's showing us that bullshit first.
Like, what's happening?
That's what you come up with, man. Come on, bro. This nigga was making us seem like we had nothing original. He's like, yeah, Biker Mice from Mars, Street Sharks. I'm like, nigga, that's come on,
but
bro,
you know what? But you know, honestly, they was. You know what? I would say with those shows, they were trying to play off the Ninja Turtles.
They were big.
Oh,
They were
100% was playing
trying to
at
get
that
They
time.
that.
were playoffs, but they were big playoffs.
Yeah.
But there was like 50,000 Power Ranger knockoffs too. We had Beetleborgs.
The big bad
Big
Beetleborgs.
Bad Beetleborgs was fun.
VR Troopers.
Oh,
Dude,
Big Bad
Beetleborgs
Beetleborgs
was
dope.
like one of my favorite shows. I ain't gonna
VR,
lie.
Yeah,
VR Troopers.
Yeah, I had the action figures.
I did too. I only had the black guy. That's the only one I had.
Bro, with the big ass gun, bro. And you lit that shit, you let the sun shine in, it made it look like their eyes lit up, bro. Like that was different.
Right.
I was like, ooh, science. Yeah, we were so easy to fucking like entertain as kids, bro.
But you gotta remember, back in the '90s, that's where it was predicated. Every TV show had a toy that came out with the TV show. So if you watch the show, next thing you know, you turn around, there's the commercial with the toys. Remember that episode on Family Guy where they had something and Stewie was watching it, and after the end of the thing, he was like, "I want it." That's how we was.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
Bro, and none of our shit worked right when we got it.
Nah.
Yeah. I ain't never met a kid with a real working mousetrap.
No.
First off, Mousetrap never worked. Like, ever. Like, that game came without all the you needed. Like,
bro, listen, but the commercials when them little cats was winning
That's what it gets you.
I was like, oh, that shit look crazy, bro. My mom was like, I ain't buying that bullshit. That shit don't look nothing like that shit gonna look when you open that shit.
That's how I felt about the game Crossfire. Crossfire had the hottest commercial on TV.
That's fact.
Crossfire.
You can't fly
Crossfire
in on a little
was,
floating pedestal.
I wanted one bad.
Yeah.
You get that game, it wasn't nothing but little pea shooters and these little silver marbles in this little bucket.
Bro, listen. And how they showed the kids playing with that mug made it look like they was firing bullets at each other, and it looked like, and it was the actual board game, and it looked real as fuck. But then when you, dog, I'm telling you, Crossfire was a disappointment.
Yo, you know what else was a disappointment?
What's up?
Virtual Boy.
Yeah, but like, who could really afford one of them motherfuckers?
I had one. Virtual Boy was dope.
What? You had a Virtual Boy?
I did.
Yo,
I did. That shit was a myth.
My aunt got it for me for one of my birthdays.
Did you hold on to that shit? Did you hold on to that motherfucker? You
I got stolen. I'm pretty sure.
I was about to say, you're going to have to put that shit on eBay, bro.
Listen, if I still had it, I would. But I had I think it was a Virtual Fighter for it, and I can't remember what the other game was. Tasmania or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But
bro, every game was red.
Every game was red. Red and black. It was the most disorienting thing to have on your face, but it was super ahead of its time. So
I don't know how Cass said it was getting sick off of 2D games. Like they was just putting the islands like up to the thing, but they said that it was making like kids really sick too.
I don't think I ever got sick from it.
That's what I thought.
I only had 2 games for it, so I ain't really playing heavy like that. So I was more in my Sega anyway, Sonic and all that. So
bro, Cam had a Virtual Boy, bro. Like that shit, I'm envious, even though I know that shit failed. I'm still envious.
The fact that he had it.
He had one. He was like, yo, I had one. I was like, nigga, what? Like the red boy? The red boy.
With that before skinny ass controller and all that. Yeah.
Oh, man. Bro, okay. So everybody remembers Nerf guns. Everybody remembers Super Soakers.
Yep.
Remember the Vortex fucking with the circle bullets? They were like fucking, they look like jelly bracelets that you shot out this bitch. And they had a flip up target system.
Okay, yeah.
I remember that.
Bro, Vortex, they made a football that you could launch like fucking 3,000 fucking yards down the fucking.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Football.
But they had a gun. They had a gun they came out with little fucking round bullets that they shot out like big rings.
I think I do know.
Let's see if I can find the name of it.
Do y'all remember the Eliminator gun?
Vortex.
It turned into like 7 different weapons.
Why does that sound familiar? That sounds familiar.
It was like a sword. It was like a assault rifle.
No, I don't remember that one.
I remember that one. Put it like this: if you think somebody's getting ready for a zombie apocalypse with Nerf.
That's facts.
It's
Yeah.
funny because I didn't have too many like Nerf products. Like I was more into Power Rangers, action figures, and all that. So
I was too.
I had like every Power Ranger that was known to man. But also, I grew up without like friends and all that until we moved out of the apartment complex we was living in.
So you didn't have no kid like DeAndre did to come up with the markers and force you to play Power Rangers at lunchtime.
Nah, everything I had in the '90s was straight mine. So it was just me.
Bro, why is it? So I looked this shit up. And why is it looks colder than I remember? So they had the tornado and then they had the firestorm.
Wait, you said it looks colder than you remember?
Yeah, like why it look better than I remember?
Oh, okay. That's you don't really hear that too often.
Right.
It don't look as good as I remember it looking. He said,
Right.
What's it called?
The Vortex Firestorm. And that shit did shoot kind of hard for real. And it just shot like rubber rings, like it was like a ring shooter.
This thing. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a shark.
Yeah, you remember that? You don't remember that?
No.
There's like the firestorm, there's a tornado.
Yeah, I'm grabbing the image right now.
Okay. I'm trying to think about it. I think I remember it.
There's another like I said,
so much stuff came out in the 90s, toys wise.
Bro, everybody was trying something, or they was just remixing something that already existed. But like when they did it, it was like something you remembered, but it didn't last long. Like nothing lasted a long time. Like I feel between the 90s and 2000s when it came to toy wise, like there was always a new fad.
Oh no, always something new coming out.
Gigapets, when the Gigapets like Tamagotchi and all that shit started coming out too, that was a crazy wave.
Right.
What about Pogs?
I was in the Pogs. I had Shaquille O'Neal Pogs. I was so trash. Bro, I had like steel, like I just can't say steel, bro. I had the set. Yo, I thought that movie was crazy when I was a kid, bro. I watched that shit as an adult. I was like, bro, I'm just happy they stopped Shaq from acting any further than Good Burger, bro, honestly. Just Kazam. He tricked us with Kazam and he tricked us with fucking Steel. Like, Shaq, don't act ever again in your fucking life.
He was better at just do a cameo. You don't need a full movie. Just do a cameo.
Just let me see you take a bite out this Good Burger, bro. You good, dog. Like, we got you. Here's a meal.
Remember when he came out with that game, Shaq Fu?
Bro, everybody had Shaq Fu.
We're not about to dog out Shaq Fu like Shaq Fu wasn't fun.
Bro, listen, everybody had Shaq Fu though. So we can't roll Shaq Fu. Everybody had that motherfucker.
I had it. It wasn't the best, but it had its moments.
My motherfucker was slinging basketballs at ninjas, bro. That shit was crazy. I was like, this kid lightweight racist.
How did you add racism to that? Like, how did
the hero that they could come up with is just a basketball player nigga throwing basketballs at ninjas.
I mean,
they could have had any occupation of black man, but he picked the basketball player, bro.
Listen,
and put him in the most unrealistic scenarios.
Shaq was the biggest draw back then. He was the biggest thing back then. Like, everybody was capitalizing on Shaq. And
Shaq was the craziest big man we ever seen. So, okay, I ain't gonna lie, yo, 90s basketball was better than 2000s basketball to me.
Thank you.
Hell no, absolutely not. Absolutely.
My Jordan's a go, no matter what nobody says.
Because of Jordan. Jordan was great. But
it wasn't just Jordan. We had Barkley in that era. We got to see the end of Magic Johnson.
We had Vince Carter, Kobe Bryant.
We had Iverson.
Like what do you?
Well, y'all had prime Iverson, but we had Iverson in the beginning.
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett, Ray Allen,
Grant Hill before the injury.
Penny. Yo, come on, dog.
Chris Webber. We had Chris Webber. We had shit. Let's name about a lot of players people on. Nick Van Exel.
Bro, if you put the 90s team up against 2000 teams, it's not gonna go well.
Nah.
Yeah, the 90s is gonna get beat. He's not
By
gonna
who?
get beat.
Jordan alone is going to will them to win.
Yeah.
You act like
I
we
feel like
don't
people
have
didn't watch Jordan really play, bro.
you act
Jordan
like we
was
don't have
nuts, dog.
Kobe has I think Kobe's mindset is better than Jordan's.
But Kobe came from the 90s, though.
I'm a mentality. Like
Kobe,
Kobe
and
and Jordan are one and the same.
Jordan was his mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're one and the same.
But Jordan was still colder, though.
Bro.
I seen Jordan do some wild shit, bro. That motherfucker used to switch hands like 6 times in the air before making a move.
People in the 2000s were more athletic than they were in the 90s. Like,
I will give you that I give you that from every player but Jordan. We have not seen a player like Jordan. We have not seen a player like Jordan since Jordan.
Kobe was Jordan.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Kobe was Jordan.
Pro Stars, yeah. Wasn't that show with Jordan, Grant, Wayne
was
Gretzky,
amazing.
and Bo Jackson?
Yep.
But it wasn't Jordan.
Okay, you name
Kobe was amazing.
You name one player. All you're doing
is
you're hanging on.
I named mad players, bro.
Right now, you're just hanging.
Bro, I gave you Barkley. I gave you all types. I gave you Penny. I gave you all types of cats.
Yes, and you think that so
Vince Carter? Come on, man! Like we can do this all day.
Who's guarding Iverson? Who in the 90s was guarding Iverson?
You said in the 90s?
Jordan couldn't even do it.
He got crossed one time, bro. Jordan was a lockdown defender. Jordan won defensive player of the year.
We're not going to act like one crossover determines.
It was one crossover. Jordan been crossed before. That wasn't the first time Jordan ever been crossed, by the way.
Not like that. And that was.
But it's Allen Iverson. Okay, Allen Iverson had the craziest crossover of all time, but like he's not better than Michael Jordan.
And that wasn't prime Mike.
Better.
It wasn't prime Mike.
That wasn't prime AI either. That was fresh to the league AI. What are we talking about?
Yeah, he was young, bro. AI was quick as shit. He was 6. I don't give a shit what nobody say. That nigga was not 6 foot. He was 5'9".
He said 5'9".
We ain't gonna stay on the topic all day, but we can do this. We can have this.
This is one of my favorite players of all time. I'm not gonna cap, but that motherfucker is, bro. If you put Jordan and Iverson in a prime, bro, that's for one. Jordan towers over this nigga, and he's that athletic. There's no matchup. Yeah, there's no matchup there.
Okay. We'll come back. We'll come back to it.
Y'all Muggsy Bogues.
Bro, the greatest thief of all time, baby. That motherfucker was getting steals like crazy.
Right.
See, y'all let Rome talk, and he just kills any argument that y'all have. Stop letting the man talk. Like, just tell him to shut the fuck up sometimes. He's gonna kill your argument.
Bro, that jersey, that Hornets jersey, crazy though. That 90s boy.
The Hornets, yeah.
Was one.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so my favorite team is the Bulls, but my favorite jersey of all time is the Supersonics jersey, like the 94, 95 era.
Yeah.
Them shit was crazy, bro.
When they remade them. But they remade them, and I like
those ones was crazy.
Tell you the truth, I was a Magic fan.
The Magic jersey was crazy.
Yeah, when they had Shaq, Penny, Nick Anderson. Mm-hmm. Which one? Because they had the white ones, the black ones, the blue ones.
I used to like the blue ones with the stripe boys.
Right.
Those ones were my favorite ones.
The blue with the black stripe was fire.
Those ones was fire, bro.
It was fire.
The Pistons was cool. When they switched it up, the Pistons was cool.
Pistons was fire when they got like the little chest piece, the black little chest piece with the flame head and shit.
I only like the teal ones, the teal unis. The teal unis.
Those fire.
I don't like any other Pistons unit.
I think the 90s had the best jersey designs for real, in terms of like just
they all-star jerseys.
Yeah. So that's one thing Jordan had over that nigga too, because them goddamn Reebok joints that Iverson was wearing, them just look so ass, bro. Fucking look like he had shoulder pads on, bro. Like, yo.
Oh, but hold on. The 2006 unis was fire. Them royal blues, them blacks, like them unis was fire. They might have been oversized and all
that.
Oversized.
Yeah, they was all crazy.
They did rock
oversized.
They did rock the big uniforms and all that shit. We ain't like the designs wasn't dope in the 2000s too.
I think that was the more impressive thing about Iverson too, is like the niggas like shorts was like where the ball would need to go, and this nigga was just getting the ball through every time. That's what we gotta give Iverson credit for. Like some baggy shorts, my nigga. Oh man, good times.
Yeah. 90s was cool for sports, but it's not messing with the 2000s. I'm sorry. Not basketball.
I get football to the 2000s.
Football definitely 2000s.
Football is definitely 2000 to me.
Football, I don't care. You can make that face all you want to. You a Cowboys fan, so I know you gonna say
Yeah. So you already know that. We had the right to say that back then. We had the right to say that back then.
That's why.
We're just here.
And you stuck in the 90s.
Yep.
Y'all still.
I will be old school. Talk about when we won them 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, nah. 90s. I mean, my favorite player came out of the 90s, and Barry Sanders, but.
Barry Sanders, so it's a good fit.
My favorite player. As far as football, 2000s definitely got it.
I used to love Dan Marino.
Yeah.
The Marino. John Elway was fun to watch too back in the day.
Right.
Elway was
who else was good? Like, yeah, other than who else? I want to say Joe Montana, but Joe Montana more 80s.
Yeah, his run was in the 80s.
Yeah,
Joe
he would be more 80s. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Yo, Joe Montana had a cheat code though. This guy had Jerry Rice, bro. Like, that's what people never talk about, bro. That's why Joe Montana, like, he stopped kind of being in that gold shit when we start watching tapes and seeing them crazy fucking catches Jerry was pulling off.
Right.
The motherfucker was one hand in that motherfucker over niggas, bro. Like,
bro, how that ain't his fault. I can't take anything he did away from him because he had Jerry.
Yeah, you can't.
You think you still get 4?
Without Jerry?
If you didn't have Jerry?
If you didn't have Jerry?
I don't know, but football.
I think you get 2.
Football team.
Yeah, I would say 2.
You gotta have
one
around you on football.
1 or 2. 2 to max.
You can't do it yourself in football. Like, that's something you just can't do. Like basketball, yeah, you can carry a team in basketball.
Right.
But football, you cannot carry a team by yourself.
No, that's fair.
So you gotta have people around you and supporting cast and all that.
I'm a New England fan. Trust me, we're finding out. We're finding out that bullshit the hard way right now.
Yeah. Well, for y'all just need break. That's it. Patriots organization might be
I would take anybody but Mac Jones.
The one exception to that rule is like, we had a player that carried our franchise. Like,
I'd rather have Brian Hoyer. I'd rather have Brian Hoyer than Brian Hoyer. I'd rather have Brian Hoyer than Mac Jones right now, dog.
Brian Hoyer won games.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm anybody but him. No, this nigga Mac Jones, like, he gets out of shape every time I see him. I'm like, God damn, nigga, put the corn dog down, nigga. Like, we need you.
It's bad, but all right. So, Mello, give me your take on music of the '90s.
Ooh, great. That's all I'm gonna say. Great. I mean, you had a lot. I mean, I would say 2000s. You had a lot of great artists too. But the 90s, I mean, it was just more of a preference from, even though you only had 2 coasts, East Coast and West Coast, that was mainly being played. But you did have, a few down south rappers like Outkast. That's when they were coming out and all that stuff.
3 6 was new at the time.
Yeah, they were. Bone was coming out. So you had a lot of things. And you know what? It's like, I would say 90s music-wise, that's another one to where you actually had to have skills.
Yeah.
You really had to have skills. I would say
a lot more lyricists.
Even in the South.
Yeah.
Niggas like Scarface existed out here. Niggas was a fucking face, bro.
Yeah, Face is
like you had.
Yeah, golden era. That is the golden era.
Yeah.
Hip hop, yeah. But so I did that on purpose. When I said, give me your take on music, I wanted to see where you would go with it. And you did keep it just straight with hip hop. Did y'all listen to anything else? Are y'all
come on, we had NSYNC. NSYNC? Come on, bro.
R&B wise, yeah.
Conversation started with just hip hop, so I just wanted to make sure we were talking about music as a whole.
If you talk about music as a whole, bro,
I would say R&B was better than too.
R&B was classic. We was getting Boyz II Men, Joe to see fucking Erykah Badu came out of fucking nowhere. We had Miss Lauryn Hill grace the R&B and fucking soul. John Mariah Carey's Christmas.
If we gonna go, was.
Yeah, but she still made the best Christmas song ever made because they won't let us stop listening to it.
That is the worst Christmas song ever.
That's only because you heard it 50,000 times.
Even with not here, It's not a good
Dude,
song.
I was gonna say we're gonna talk about that then. Whatchamacallit, that was when she made her best music in the '90s. Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, man.
She
Now,
made her
she had a
best
little run in
music.
2000s. She had a little run in 2000s.
She did, but not like the '90s.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Mary J's best song is a song about chicken that she sang. I do not care about Mary J. Blige. Oh,
My nigga don't give a fuck about Mary J.
no, not at all. You put that.
You ain't never got percolating, violating. None of that shit, you ain't never did that. I be doing that.
That's what we doing. And you think this, again, you letting Rome corrupt you right now. You saying any other song, and that's the one that you say you ain't rocking. Okay. Yeah. And this dancery? What the fuck is a dancery?
Yeah,
She was just throwing words.
Like, yo, you don't get down, you don't get jiggy with it. Will Smith get jiggy with it.
Ain't none of y'all say dancery with a straight face.
You never been to a dancery, sir?
I'm not going to. I'm not going to
smiling. You're smiling. As you said, you're smiling. Y'all can't do it. Y'all ever heard of y'all's life? What is a dancer?
Bro.
No.
Yo, it can't be big head, bro.
Yes. If I don't like something, I'm gonna let it be known. Like I don't like it. Mariah Carey's Christmas song is the worst Christmas song ever made.
It's very forced on us.
Has the best Christmas song out there. Either them or Run DMC with Christmas in Hollis.
Oh hell no! I try to forget that.
Christmas in Hollis.
Sleigh bells was, those weren't even boom bap beats. Those straight.
What about let it snow though?
Straight niggas beating on trash cans.
Boys and Men's Let It Snow was fire. I'll get that. Boys and Men's Let It Snow was fire.
Oh, don't forget about the New Jack era. We had that shit at the beginning of the 90s.
Yeah.
The New Jack era was fire. It was fire. It was different. It ain't last long, but it was different.
Now, New Jack was fire.
It molded a lot of like neo fucking soul shit for real. I feel.
Yeah.
There was a lot of neo soul in the '90s too.
Yeah, neo soul didn't really take off till the 2000s though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because that's when you had like
Raheem
Blah,
music soul.
All that.
D'Angelo's '90s.
Is he more '90s than 2000s?
I would say more '90s than 2000. Honestly, I would say that.
When did
you remember he had Brown Sugar, he had Lady, he had. I think his that video he did with his shirt off. That's what just basically what got him like cracking in the not '90s, but cracking in the 2000s. But if you really want to go back, it was really the '90s. Same thing with Erykah Badu. Like her songs really popped in the '90s. That On and See You Next Lifetime, Call Tyrone, like those is all '90s shit.
Bro, Pac's prime was in the '90s, bro. Big.
Yeah.
That like, dog, those is some crazy hitters. But we had Blackstreet, man. Come on.
Yeah.
The music was crazy. I hate to say it, and this ain't because he passed away. I was a fan of Timberland and Magoo.
Why do you hate to say that?
Because a lot of people make fun of Magoo when they break down them lyrics. And them shits ain't making no goddamn sense.
Magoo was all right.
Magoo had some of the simplest raps I've ever heard in my life. But like, bro, his voice was so unique. I just flowed with it, bro. I just flowed with it.
You know who he reminds you of? Q-Tip a little bit.
Who's up?
Say he reminds you of Q-Tip a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
A little bit.
Tribe Called Quest.
Can't fuck with Q-Tip. The Tribe Called Quest is
Tony.
Yeah. De La Soul.
De La Soul was crazy. Fucking, was it Black Star?
Yeah.
Fucking Black Star.
Yeah, Black Star with Talib Kweli and Mos Def. Yeah.
All right, listen. I still think one of the best compilation albums ever made was The Firm.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
That Firm album was one of the most underrated albums I've ever fucking heard in my life. That shit, Dr. Dre producing, some New York niggas was insane for its time, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Every beat was fire, and everybody was spitting bars and stories. That shit was a whole different vibe. And to me, that was one of my favorite albums of the '90s. Besides that,
Yeah,
My Flesh and My
Nas,
Flesh.
Foxy, AZ,
we
and
had DMX.
who else was it?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about in the
Foxy
firm?
Brown, Core
Yeah.
Mega, Nature.
AZ.
Yeah, it was
AZ.
Nas, AZ, Foxy.
and
Those are the
Core
main
Mega.
cast.
yeah.
Because
Nature.
Nature, and it had features with Nori, Cannabis, and there's a bunch of niggas on there, bro.
There's
like,
a lot of people that was on that album too. I was
That's why
listening
I
to
said
that a while ago.
It's one of the craziest, like, just pieces of work, like from start to finish. It's like telling a story of like, like you feel like you like
The
watching like
90s
a
gave
gangster
you
movie.
Tupac and Biggie.
That's all we need to say.
They're not even in my top 5.
It gave us a lot of shit, bro. It gave us Eminem for real. Like can't forget, like Eminem's like first 2 albums was the '90s, bro. You got Infinite and the Slim Shady LP.
Yeah, we don't talk about
That, I liked it, the Slim Shady LP. I ain't gonna front.
Slim Shady LP
that
is my
first
favorite Eminem album, but we don't talk about Infinite.
Infinite was amazing for its time.
Yeah,
It was 1994.
But if you bring up Infinite, then that's when everybody's like, "Oh, he was a racist," and I'm pretty sure he dropped the N-bomb on the album.
Nah, bro, I listen to Infinite all the time, bro. Like not that album.
It was a song that came out around that time.
Yeah, he made a song. He made a song about an ex called Black Bitch.
I know what song you're talking about on that one, but
damn.
But I mean, we're not. Ilm's biggest run was in the 2000s. Ilm was more of a 2000 artist. Let's be real.
I think his whole entire career was a run, bro. Besides the Infinite album.
The 90s also gave you TRL.
All right, we're gonna forget you said that, and we're gonna go with Rap City.
I told y'all, he always.
We're gonna go with Rap City.
I told y'all, yo. Like,
we gonna go with the basement.
Right, he's in the basement.
Hey, don't forget, Yo MTV Raps.
Yo MTV Raps.
Yo MTV Raps.
You could have said anything else.
You said TRL,
bro. Y'all remember the freestyles in the basement, like the raps with Tigger, bro?
In the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
I would say, you know what? I would say that biggest hype is 2000. The basement with the freestyle. I would say that's.
Oh yeah, you're right. With the freestyle basement.
With the freestyle, that was more 2000.
When was Hits from the Street?
2000.
2000 was like the time like beef was like becoming like the hottest shit in hip hop.
Right.
Like was what 2002?
Oh,
the little robot chick.
Oh, that was trash.
Yeah, that was 2000.
That was 2000.
What was it? Vita? The little animation shit they had that was on BET.
On Rap City that's when they switched it to that bullshit. They was trying something new. Yo, Black folks was kind of like before. Well, it wasn't really, it was ran by white folks, but the whole animated shit was kind of before its time because like CGI was still kind of
right.
Like that was an expensive fucking chick to have on the show. That shit probably cost more than the damn nigga. They probably, bro. MTV was no way they was paying brothers no money over there. In the 90s? No. Not owned by the old white dude. I can't see them niggas getting done.
I don't know.
I remember it was
at least one person.
I'm so anti
like TV shows. Remember the Real World?
Real World.
Yeah.
I like the Mad Real World better though.
That's a classic.
That's 2000. All right, so,
what do you say? Hey, hold real quick. What do you say? Katie has some big ass.
Big ass.
Again, why is that of all the stuff you could have said? Why is that what you go with?
That was a classic.
Nigga, Charlie Murphy, he gonna say, man, correction. I ain't have sex with Katie. Icebox had sex with Katie. I said, no, you had sex with me too, Tyrese. He was like, all right, correction. I had sex with Katie. Yo.
We're going to do a 2000. We're going to have to do a 2002. Another show about the 2000s shows too, because
we gotta skip like 3 weeks. We were doing like these goddamn nostalgia episodes back to back, like crazy.
Right.
I mean, they've been good though. They've been good. Going back and reminiscing.
Nah, it's making me feel too old though. I'm over here.
After a while, yeah, but when you think about it, you want to go back. You know, it'd be cool. Like it's silly to get a time machine and go back to the '90s at this age and just see the difference. Like, man,
Bro, even though Cam hating, I would give anything to go back and watch Steve Urkel turn to Stephon for the first time.
And that's why I'm hating. Because like y'all just
You want to see that again for the first time? Come on.
Yeah. For what?
You wouldn't want to see Steve turn into Bruce Lee just one time just live on a tube TV.
No, we're gonna dub you Laura Winslow. That's what we're gonna dub you.
No, I gotta be that.
You want to see Stephon for one more time?
Yo, Laura was the most stuck up chick on the fucking planet, bro. Yeah. She wanted every loser but Steve. She wanted every loser but Steve.
Right.
God damn.
And they ended up with him at the end.
Bro, he got her when she was ran down right. And paying out on. That's fucked up, yo. Lord, you did my man Steve wrong. Not a nigga out here selling weed with Snoop Dogg.
Damn.
He had Myra and he let her go. We ain't gonna get back into that, man. When
did she die? I thought she died during the filming, and that's kind of why they had to get rid of her. I'm not trying to laugh, but did she die after the show?
No, she was on the last. She was on the she was on the last episode.
She was
the final episode. Yeah, she on the final episode.
When that nigga went to space.
Yeah, she was. She made an appearance on that.
See, Cam don't even see
the last season they changed the mom out.
See, Cam don't even see that, bro.
See what? Go ahead.
That they was putting black people in a positive light, bro. Steve was a nerd that went to outer space, man. He made it so far in life. He went to outer space at like 18. He set the bar too high. But hey, bro, I was like, yo, I want to be like Steve. I don't want to be like Wesley Snipes in fucking New Jack City.
What you talking about? Everybody want to be like Wesley in New Jack City.
You see my point?
Want to be like,
bro, Wesley was the worst person in the world. That nigga killed who was supposed to be his brother. That nigga snitched at the end.
Yeah. But New Jack City gave us Martin recreating that entire scene.
Bro.
One of the funniest scenes in television.
That's my Steam picture. Bro, that's my Steam picture, bro. I kid you not. It's my Steam picture. That nigga petting the fake dog.
Yo, that was a classic.
That was hilarious.
That was a classic. See, you all got show now. All right, now what's the TV shows, sitcoms which y'all put against each other? Like if you had to do a versus.
Friends of Living Single.
That's wrong.
90s? Or you doing like 90s versus
with the 90s?
90s versus 2000s?
No, we're just gonna go strictly 90s.
No, I think we should sit this out, Ron, and let these cats have a face off real quick.
Okay.
Y'all battle it out.
2000s?
All right, sitcoms I'll go 90s, sitcoms for the 90s.
I've already admitted that though.
Hey, hold on, bro. How you want to score this? You want to do a vote between me and you? Like how many points they get?
Wow. Okay. First off, y'all are both advocates of the 90s, so this is going to be a one-sided thing anyway. Let's be real. Like I'm not.
We'll let the people watching figure this shit out. All right, go ahead.
But okay, so go ahead, throw a show out there.
Okay, Married with Children.
Married with Children. 8 Simple Rules.
Do I get quiet?
Okay. Let me see. Third Rock from the Sun.
Third Rock from the Sun wasn't all that great to me. We're doing like slapstick comedy. I'll probably go King of Queens then. We're doing like slapstick comedy type stuff.
I got it even right now.
Yeah, King of Queens is fire.
I got it even right now.
All right. I'm trying to leave out certain shows because you already know it'd be a watch. Ooh, can we also throw cartoons too?
Why not?
That's fine.
Okay. Let me see. Damn, now I gotta think. Spider-Man the animated series.
Spider-Man the animated series?
Yeah.
I would go Justice League, yeah.
Okay.
I don't like that matchup.
Another.
I mean, it makes sense, but
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna take that Spider-Man, bro. Venom. I think I'm gonna take
Okay.
the Spider-Man.
Ooh. We also gonna go game system to Super Nintendo.
Wait, what did he say?
Super
We're going
Nintendo,
game system. Yeah.
PlayStation 2.
Mm.
You definitely don't want to do game systems. Game systems 2000 is gonna wash the 90s if we're doing game systems.
I mean, nostalgia moment because there's some games that back then that was just
Yeah.
too fun.
But you can say games, but you said systems. If we're going systems, yeah, 2000 systems were better than the 90s systems.
I mean, yeah,
There are
graphics
games
wise,
in the
yeah,
90s that are great, but overall system wise, yeah, I'm going 2000.
yeah, I get you that. Yeah, true. All right. Ooh, that's a good one. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think. And Live in Color.
That was 80s, wasn't it?
No, it's
80s, 90s.
Oh,
80s,
yeah,
90s.
I
Between
remember
them.
mostly from the 90s.
90s.
Mhm.
Live in Color. That's tough. Comic View.
Was the comic view a lot in the
That's
90s
90s.
too?
That's 90s.
That's super 90s.
I thought that was
Yeah.
Def Comedy Jam was 90s.
Nah, they both was in
Comic
the
View
90s.
was.
Yeah, like Def Comedy Jam was like the beginning of the 90s to like mid 90s, and then like Comic View started coming on late as fuck on well, not late, like
BET.
11 o'clock on BET. It was like 10 or 11 on BET. I used to watch that shit every night.
Okay.
I didn't know what the fuck I was laughing at, but that shit was funny as hell.
92 to 08. So, okay.
The Living Color was actually all 90s.
All right, my nigga should have said real.
Started in 1990.
My nigga, I'm disappointed in the can, bro. My nigga could have threw out real sex at any point in time and just won this whole.
Damn.
I'm not you. I'm not you.
Hey, that was my trump card. I ain't gonna front. That was my wild pick four card.
Yeah, it was fire no matter where you put real sex at.
He gonna bring it around every episode. He gonna bring it around. I'm not doing that. So
that's all right.
We're gonna go movie. We're gonna go movie.
Hey, you remember the real sex episode about the prostitutes?
I remember every real sex episode. That nigga said about the prostitute. I was like, dude, there's like 53 episodes like that.
They always had the sad ass music.
Yeah.
This is what happens. This is what they do. They just tell them this.
You ever played a violin in my game?
We had that sad ass saxophone going. And she watched the straw.
That's like, yo, bro, that's how you know the pussy was dry. They had the damn saxophone, the violin played in the background, like,
wow.
sad as shit. Like, yo.
As she walks down the street.
Yeah, just give up, yo.
Now you joining me.
They're playing the sad music because they know, goddamn well, the only form of lube she getting that night is Vaseline.
What is happening?
No, sad, when she get the sad story, I didn't want this life. It just happened. I just.
Why do y'all know all this? Why were y'all paying that close attention to that show? Like, why?
It was interesting. I mean, minus the activity that was going on. It was interesting.
Yeah. Boy, when DVRs came out.
That's sad.
You had the one white chick that was called the head nurse.
Yo, mom, I don't know who saved that.
So sad. All recording episodes. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, go ahead, block them all. I know it's my birthday.
How did we get here? Let's talk about how did we get here?
It started doing a versus battle. Next thing you know, it just went into reminiscing of real. Hey, listen, having it on real section in the last channel on a cartoon. So you make sure you hit that last button. Somebody come in.
Oh man! All right. Y'all go back. Thundercats versus what?
Oh,
All right, my bad. One more.
all right. I said last one to be a movie, Point Break.
Is that Point Break?
You should have said The Matrix or something, bro. Like,
I mean, that's too easy.
This nigga about to say Lemony Snickets or something, bro. Like,
Nah, I'm just trying to think of some movies. Point Break. We'll go up against Point Break. What was Point Break again? Point Break was that Arnold?
That was the movie with Keanu Reeves, where they were doing the bank robbers with the and Patrick Swayze.
No, rest in peace, Patrick Swayze, bro. He made a
right.
What'd you say?
Training Day.
Training Day kills that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too. That's a good.
Bro,
one.
all right, bro. Yo, say heat or something, bro. Say
yeah.
Say like goddamn. Yo, Friday, bro. You can have anything out there. It's gonna Point Break.
Point Break was a good movie. Shit, that's one of the movies you don't really think about. But you got Heat. You got what was the other one?
Bro, we had The Matrix, the original Matrix, 1998. Blue Minds. At Blue Minds. Right. Said Point Break, bro. I would have said Speed over Point Break.
Nah, I would pick Point Break over Speed. I think I'd take Point Break. Yeah.
That's a tough one, man. I don't know. Speed.
We talking the first Speed. I'm going.
First Speed with Keanu, bro.
Yeah, the first Speed.
I thought they was gonna blow up. I ain't gonna cap. But I was a kid.
I ain't gonna cap.
I was like,
oh. I see. Somebody got jokes. Somebody got jokes.
But
we had Candyman, bro. We have all right. Listen, 90s had a lot of black classics. We had too many black classics in the 90s for real.
Yeah,
we was always killing each other in those films, but like we had some classics.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of them.
We had Friday, so
we had Rush Hour too.
Rush Hour.
Yeah, that's when it first started. Men in Black, the first Men in Black.
First Men in Black, the best one.
Was Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die was that was 2000.
That's 2000. Yeah.
That's 2000.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx was classic. Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's
Jackie Chan in the 90s was wild, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite one was Super Cop.
Super Cop was dope too. Yeah. Super Cop. He had a bunch of dope ass movies, man.
Yeah,
but like
Rumble in the Bronx.
We had Money Talks.
Yeah. That's a good one. Nothing to lose against Money Talks.
Nothing to lose is 90s.
Yeah, nothing to But I was just saying this in general against
it was Martin's Run was the 90s.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, we got Blue Streak, we got freaking Bad Boys. Martin was on a run, bro. Thin Line Between Love and Hate. Like there was a lot of black films, bro, that we had.
A lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People need to give Martin his flowers, not just for the show, but he was making some good ass flicks at that time frame.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention he was on Boomerang.
Boomerang was crazy.
House Party. Well, that was the 80s. I was gonna say House Party, but
I remember him from Do the Right Thing.
I think that was 80s. I think that was late 80s, 90s.
Do the Right Thing, yeah. But like I just remember Martin like young as fuck. Like, I mean, of course I seen the movie in the 90s, just from having that shit.
House Party was 90s.
Yeah, House Party was 90s.
Yeah, it's 90. Was it 90, 91?
House Party
early 90s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
To be honest, all the Kid and Play joints was all 90s.
Yeah.
Oh no, and Class Act, bro. Let's not forget about Class Act.
Class Act is a classic.
We had bro. We had some classic fucking movies. I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. Oh, come on, bro. Yeah, it's tough, man. Like 2000s got a lot of shit too, but the 90s, I think it was jam packed of so many fucking memories. Right. Like, bro, like a month felt like a year back in those days because it was so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot harder to consume content back then because we was at the beginning of the internet for in-house like people in the 90s, like
Right.
DSL wasn't like cracking all like that. Like, not everybody had that shit in their home. So everything you heard was word of mouth. Hey, bro, this new album is this, and that, bro. You had to go to the store and just listen to it for yourself. You had to
Right.
make that purchase. And it's a
The
lot
mom
of,
and
it's
pop
not,
stores.
yeah, bro. So the fan went a lot farther to me back in those days because you didn't have your image as easily ruined too, man. Like it was just a vibe. And I think that's why we have so many good memories back in the 90s.
And you know what? You didn't like in compared to like now and back in compared to back then, you didn't have so much access to those people
Yeah.
compared to you do now.
I don't want it. I wish we could go back to those days when it was who we thought were heroes and we wanted to be like them because of how they portrayed people, how they portrayed themselves on
Mm-hmm.
TV, even with the athletes, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like every time a person sneezes and this generation is like, cancel him. He said something mean, blah, blah, blah. But in the 90s, bro, dog, you said whatever. It didn't matter, especially in comedy. It didn't matter if you was black, white, whatever. Anybody, you could be gay. Everybody was getting it. Everybody was getting it. And that's why I will always get the 90s over any fucking time period, bro. I'll be like trying to go back. Like I wasn't around for like the 80s. I was born in the 80s, but I ain't trying to go back to the 80s and the 70s and 50s and beyond that
Right.
shit and argue with them niggas because they was at the crib where they moms was getting dragged up and down the steps and the cops coming, they helping. We can forget about that, all that shit, because goddamn the red beaver fucking BB guns and shit they was shooting around the crib, bro. Like they needed that type of stress relief. And the 90s was all happy thoughts for us.
It's a happy time, yeah.
So how old were y'all in the 90s?
That was like my whole childhood for real.
1990,
That's
I
what I
was
can say.
5.
You was 5.
95, I
I was
was
probably
10.
How old were you in 90, Lex?
At 90, I would have been like 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so like my actual like growing up childhood was the whole entire
Okay.
90s. So by the time 2000 came, I was about 11 or 12. I was born in 89, so I think
Okay.
11 or 12 at that time. So I was there at the beginning of Pokemon, like at like 6. So like that's why like y'all see all the shit in the background. There's a reason,
Right.
like that shit been stuck with me for 30 years.
So you was like right in between that 90s and 2000.
So 2000s, I was at that shit where I started recognizing the adult jokes that was placed in cartoons. So like I got a little feelings for the 2000s, but the 90s is just, I remember that era and I remember being a kid and you could say certain shit back in the day where people was just like, oh, that's funny. Just don't say it again. Now it's like, oh, you don't say that or you get locked away in jail or some bullshit. I don't fucking know nowadays.
Yeah, I got you.
So being a kid and that shit was just, it hit different in the 90s, bro. It hit different.
I was born in 90, so I'm right there with you. But most of my freedom came in the 2000s. So that's when I really had full access to everything. So a lot of my 90s and even 80s knowledge came from going back and watching
shit.
Like that. Some of the stuff in the 90s I didn't catch in the 90s. Like we have all the extra networks, things like that, and you know what I mean. I was so, like I said, I kept to myself because I ain't have like people outside I would go play with and stuff like that in the 90s and all that. So it was just me and video games in the 90s. He said,
good era,
you know,
good era for video games,
watching cartoons and stuff like that. But once I really came into my own, it was within the 2000s. So I think that, and not saying anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with 80s, 70s, wherever you grew up. But I say that to say I think that you do have a certain level, a higher level of appreciation for the time period where you really came up in, where your freedom came from. So if we had somebody that came out in the 80s, I feel like most of their interest and love is going to be 80s. Like same with 90s, 2000s, 2010s, or whatever. But fuck all y'all niggas, 2000s better.
Nigga, we got Muppet babies,
You
nigga.
got to throw that in there. You got to throw that in there.
We got Muppet babies, baby. What the fuck?
Oh, throwback.
Dark
That's a
Wing.
throwback.
Darkwing.
Darkwing. See, 90s was good for the intros. 90s.
No, we had the best songs, bro.
Yeah.
Intros made you watch the show, even though the shows wouldn't be all that great. But the intros made you watch because the intro for Tailspin, fire. Show was garbage.
Right.
Intro
I never watched Tailspin. I just watched the beginning and I shut that shit off.
Chippendale. Okay, Chippendale.
Chippendale Rescue Rangers was cool though.
It's the DuckTales.
DuckTales is my shit. I like that. Bro, the movie was crazy. The treasure of the Lost Lamp or some shit.
I just said Tailspin. Pay attention.
Yeah.
Nah, but Tailspin
Tailspin was trash. Tailspin was on
I
intro.
don't really like it. I like Bonkers.
It put it like this: Tailspin. If it was on TV, you would just watch it just to watch it, just to get time go by.
Yeah, my shit was Bonkers.
I don't remember Bonkers.
I
never watched it. I don't think I ever really watched it.
He was like the cat cop or whatever.
Yeah, and like he was like he was just bonkers. He was crazy as hell. that nigga never walked anywhere. He just bounced on his tail everywhere.
Bonkers was another one where.
Remember that one? Eat the cat.
Eek.
Eat the cat. I remember that shit, bro. Eat the cat. Oh, another one that cats me forget about cow and chicken.
Yeah.
Cow and chicken was fucking crazy.
That was a classic, bro. What is it? Pork butts and taters. That's
I never seen the irony in that shit because it was a cow and a chicken eating the pig all the time.
Yeah.
That shit is wild, bro. And then the damn devil.
That's cartoon.
Yeah, try to fuck their day up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was always booty naked. And the motherfucker was just bouncing on his ass. Like, oh, bro, this nigga zesty as hell.
Stimpy did the same shit.
You said who?
Stimpy did the same shit.
Oh, Stimpy was super zesty.
Stimpy started the whole bouncing on your ass.
Right.
Stimpy was definitely trying to give us signs, bro. Like even Powder Toast Man, bro. Like they always had like so much emphasis on his butt cheeks when he turned around.
Yeah.
Like it was wilding, bro. Like some of these cartoons.
That's what I said. That's that adult humor started like on shows like that. Like you had to really catch. And as kids, we didn't pick it up. Like I didn't really pay attention. Like the beginning of SpongeBob, it was adult humor.
That shit was foul.
Yes,
yeah,
SpongeBob had some foul ass jokes for real. Like
it was some of the greatest pieces of television for me. Like it was nothing but funny joke after joke after joke. So
right,
but. So we're gonna go ahead and move to wrap up. We've been on here for a minute. Definitely want to thank our two guests that came through. Thanks for stopping back by, Ron. Mello, definitely appreciate having you on.
Always, bro.
Definitely glad to have you back.
Sure, I definitely be back.
Yeah. So like I said, as we go to wrap up, I'll pass it to my guests. We'll start with you, Mello. You got anything that you want to tell the people? You got anything going on, or anything you want to plug, or anything?
Just stay tuned for the podcast about Nothing Network. Like we pushing this motive. You know what I'm saying? We pushing this network. We trying to take it to the extreme. Get it where we need to get it. Thursdays just clowning shit. Come check us out. Come laugh with us. Come act cool with us. Do something. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? You gotta now go back and watch yesterday's episode. That's all I'm gonna say. Cam, no. Go back and watch yesterday's episode. It was a clown.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. So, what about you, Ron? What you got?
Y'all already know. Come check us out Wednesday. Food Talk the Foodcast. Every Sunday. You can catch us also, the one that started it all. And check out every show on the network. Monday. I'm gonna go ahead and let you do the whole rundown. I'm not even gonna go into it.
Listen, I'm happy I got this show's name right. You don't know how happy I am. I've been messing it up so bad. Like you still don't know it. Come on, give me a break, man.
I'll be on the show with you and you messing it up. Like, I don't know how you do it.
That's the bad part. But today I got it right though. Give me some credit for that one.
I did. I said I was proud of you.
Respect. Respect. Hey, what we say last time?
So, all right, what you got, Lex? What you got for the people?
Man, yo, just come back and see us next Friday, the Friday after that, the Friday after that, the Friday after that. Also, come see me on Twitch. The link is right next to my goddamn name. Stretch it out across my chin, pause. And also, make sure that you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button to us. Cam, anything else?
No, that's it. Nah. As we alluded to earlier, though, definitely make sure that y'all tap into the network. As you see on screen, we got something coming for y'all every day of the week for the most part. On Mondays, we got Easy Monday Motivation with E, CT, and Johnny. Dropping gems, getting you through your work week. Tuesdays, it's the Comfy Couch with Siobhan, bringing you your seat to healing. Wednesdays, as Rome said, Food Talk the Foodcast with Rome the Chef and Scotch with E. Serving you plates. No, y'all can't taste them, but I'm telling you, they be looking fire. And the people who have tasted, nothing but good things to say. Thursdays, we got Just Clowning with Mello and guest. Again, if y'all haven't watched it, definitely check out last night's episode. It was absolutely hilarious. I'm pretty sure at one point in time, Mello had snot dripping from his nose from laughing so hard. So,
I did.
check that out.
I did that. If you hear that cat, I'm telling you, if you hear and see that cat,
we'll make
sure see
that
the couch with the. That's all I'm gonna say.
We'll make sure
check
it becomes
that
a staple.
episode out.
It'll be a staple.
Yes.
Friday, every Friday night, you can catch us here. As Lex said, like, subscribe, share with everybody. Definitely trying to build this thing up. And then Sunday, it's the podcast about nothing. We talk about nothing and everything at the same time. I know it sounds confusing, but you tune in, you will understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely make sure that y'all tap in. And as always, we definitely appreciate all the love, all the support. I want to thank my guests, our guests that were on the show with us tonight. Thank all y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. And until next time, keep it classy.
Woo!